Something really special. Among collectors, there is no mint more iconic than the fabled New Orleans Mint. And that's because, quite simply, in the United States Mint's 230-year history, there is no mint that has a better story. And tonight we have the final silver half dollar struck by the fabled New Orleans Mint. This is the 1861 seated Liberty half dollar in stunning collector's quality circulated condition. It is item number 9056577. And at just $149.95, it is one of the best deals you are going to see tonight by far. The New Orleans Mint is unique in U.S. mint history because it is the only mint ever held by 3 different nations. And that is because when the Civil War kicked off, these 1861 seated Liberty half dollars were initially struck by the United States government. However, they were only able to strike 330,000 total coins before the state of Louisiana, as its own entity, took over and minted another 1.2 million coins. After that, the Confederate States of America took control and minted another 962,000 pieces. So altogether, across 3 separate mintages technically, this half dollar has a incredibly small mintage of just 2.5 million coins. And now, while that may sound like a lot, you have to put into perspective that this is one of the final pre-Civil War half dollars ever struck by the United States Mint. During the Civil War, precious metals like silver only became more and more sought after, and the vast majority of these coins were melted down to either make something for the military to use or to pay their soldiers. This stunning coin with our competition would cost you at least $300, with some I have seen going as high as $450. We are more than $150 less at just $149.95. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933 or head over to avccoins.com and put 905-6577 into the search bar to grab this piece of U.S. Mint history while you still can. This coin is also iconic not just for being struck by 3 separate governments in one single year. It is also the final New Orleans Mint seated Liberty half dollar ever struck. Obviously, they did not continue producing these coins thanks to all of the incredible turnover. This coin had such a unique minting that there are also several varieties today that exist because the New Orleans Mint was already known as the hand-me-down mint, where all of their dies were used by other places first, the vast majority coming from Philadelphia, San Francisco, and even the fabled Carson City Mint. It only makes sense that if they struggled to find good dies before the war, during the Civil War, they had no chance in hell. These coins are hard to find today in collectors' quality circulated condition. And what that means is each of these coins are high eye appeal pieces that have been hand selected by one of us at a recent coin show. I know when we came across these, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, simply because the vast majority of these pre-Civil War coins, when you do find them, are often heavily tarnished and almost blackened. Each of these coins, as you can see, are still incredibly high eye appeal pieces, despite being struck before the start of the Civil War, or during, depending on which coins you have. But there is no actual way to tell apart which coins were struck by the U.S. government, which coins were struck by Louisiana, and which were struck by the Confederate States. It is technically a pre-Civil War half dollar, which is a special moniker among the half dollar series. The vast majority of silver coins from before the Civil War did not survive afterwards. They were either melted down or lost to history, buried in a battlefield somewhere. These stunning pieces are true blue pieces of Americana and are actual living, breathing pieces of history. Every collection should have at least one of these iconic pre-Civil War half dollars in them. It's item number 9056577, and just $149.95. We are quite simply the best price you are ever going to find on this incredible coin. Most of the coins that we found that cost over $300 were heavily tarnished and nearly blackened. You couldn't even see the details on the eagle at all. This stunning piece is in collector's quality circular condition, which means that each and every one of them was hand selected to make sure they meet our high quality standards for coins. No matter how old they are, they need to look good, and ours are definitely going to. The phone lines are getting a little bit backed up, so let's put a 1-minute timer up and run through these Civil War artifacts one more time while we still can. This is item number 905-6577, the final seated Liberty half dollar struck at the New Orleans Mint from 1861. This coin was one of the final silver half dollars struck before the Civil War gripped the nation, and as such, it had one of the most unique histories of any half dollar. It was struck by 3 different governments in 1861: the United States government, the independent state government of Louisiana, and then finally the Confederate States of America while they still held that mint. This coin had a total mintage of just 2.5 million coins across all 3 government issues, making it one of the rarest half dollars ever struck. It is also the final seated Liberty half dollar struck by the New Orleans Mint, giving it a special must-have edition because when it comes to collecting, firsts and lasts are always important. And this coin is the final from the only Southern mint in United States history. This stunning coin would cost you over $300 with our competition, and the vast majority of those coins are heavily tarnished and blackened pieces. We are more than $150 less, with each of our coins being in stunning collector's quality circular condition. That means every coin is a high eye appeal piece that was hand selected by one of us at a local coin show. This is a must-have piece that is a perfect addition to any collection because it is a living, breathing piece of United States mint history. Make sure you grab yours now before this coin too is lost to history.